Okay. Welcome, everybody. Whether you are hopping on now or watching this live later, go ahead and just say hello. And because today's practice is about joy, as you come on, I would love if you would put in the comments below what brings you the most joy. So we'll take a moment here and just let people hop on. Can I show you guys what brings me joy? So it's already dark out right now in Bismarck. Welcome too if you're new. My name is Heidi Woods. Hi, Amber. It's been getting dark a lot earlier, obviously. We're moving into the winter season, and that means a lot of gray days. So cloudy or overcast or, even snowy. And I got these sunglasses at my dear friend Shanna's shop. The cool thing about these, you guys, is that they make everything a lot sunnier and brighter. So today as I was driving around running errands, I put those on, and what a game changer. I mean, it's the little things, right? So if you're hopping on, my question earlier was, what brings you joy? What are the things that bring you joy? Maybe it's your favorite mug. I made some tea before I hopped on here, so got this from my sister Molly. Peace, love, joy. It's just a cute little Christmas mug. So just plug in the comments what brings you the most joy. And before we get started with our actual meditation, I wanted to read this to you because I think it's important to remember that given the nature of everything that's going on right now, it's much more challenging to find the good in things, or at least it can seem that way. With the human mind, we have something called the negativity bias, and you've probably heard me talk about this before, but this is the part of the brain that looks out for danger, right? So we don't wake up and walk out our door and physically look for things that maybe could harm us, but it's little things like running late, or the person in front of us that slams on their brakes, or little things that can happen throughout our day that kind of changes that lens. So this meditation is just an opportunity for a reframe. And I'll read a passage from one of my favorite books, Start Where You Are by Pema Chodron. And it says, anything that helps us to not be so desperate about pleasure and not to fear its transitory nature is also introducing us to being at home in our world and being able to help other people. In popular songs, you hear lines like, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose, or I've got plenty of nothing and nothing's plenty for me. Great bliss arising from the experience of emptiness is how it's just described in traditional texts. So, however, all of these words are saying the same thing. We practice and we live in order to be able to relax and lighten up and not make such a big deal about everything. And I love that because it says sooner or later you will find yourself in a situation where you can't change the outer circumstances at all. Hello, 2020. And you realize it all comes down to how you relate to things. So I love that because all we can really do is control ourselves, right? Ultimately, everything else that's going on largely is out of our control. And we don't like that as humans, right? We like to put things in our little boxes and have things the way they are. So can we shift how we relate to things? Can we kind of view that through the lens of joy? And one of the terms that I love is uncaused joy. So just being happy because it's not something that, made us happy, something from outside of us. It's just being happy to be happy. So if you would, in the comments, and I can see who's watching, I'm going to call you out, just write down what brings you joy. And let's share that here together because I think, as a community, as an open mind community and checking in weekly, if you're here or even if you're watching this later, what we're trying to do is build that connection and build that sense of community, because that is one of the predictors of happiness, actually, is connection to community. And even though it's here virtually and I'm talking to myself basically is what it looks like, I can kind of see you guys here now. And so, yeah, if you would, just one thing that brings you joy before we begin our meditation, put that in the comments and I'll give you a little time. Okay, Dad, I'm going to call on you. Being in nature, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I took some time today to get outside. It was 55 here, which for mid-November is amazing. So just that ability to be outdoors as much as you can. Okay, we'll begin. Go ahead and find a comfortable, relaxed friends. Yay, hi Lindsay. Friends. Lindsay is one of my newest friends, and it's just been really cool getting to know new people, especially at this stage in life, because I have, some really good friends from high school. Oh, my other friend, hi Shanna. Oh, you guys. Oh, you guys make me happy. This is great. Oh, yeah. So let's begin. Let's begin with a little joy in our hearts. If it's helpful, go ahead and close the eyes. For me, it's just removing a lot of distractions that I have going on around me. If that's not comfortable for you, just go ahead and lower your gaze. And just nice tall spine. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Just kind of let the body feel that sense of ease. So if you've been going all day, just allow everything to soften. If it's helpful, you can start at the crown of the head like we do for a body scan and slowly scan down the body, moving from the face to the shoulders to the back, all the way down to the sits bones, to your legs and to your feet. And just welcome a sense of ease. If you notice any pain or discomfort, of course you don't have to sit still. Find a position that feels good. But also how we relate to that. So when you notice something is uncomfortable that comes up, see if you can send the breath there. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Slight hold at the top and then a big exhale out of the mouth. Good. Remembering that exhale, that length of the exhale, if that's longer than our inhale, that's what creates that sense of relaxation in the body. So let's do that a couple more times here. Big breath in through the nose. Slight pause at the top. Hold that. Big exhale out of the mouth. Good. One more here for good measure, and I want to make sure it's an audible breath. So big breath in through the nose. Big breath out through the mouth. Good. So keeping the eyelids closed, you can slightly tuck the chin down towards the chest. And again, just welcome that sense of ease to the body. And for today's practice, what I'd like you to do is bring your attention or your awareness to the heart. If it helps, you can place one hand over the heart. And I want you to think all the things that bring you joy. Maybe it's having a cozy fire. Maybe it's making your favorite dish. Maybe it's greeting your kids when you get home or seeing that special person that you haven't seen for a while. Whatever brings you joy, I want you to bring that to your heart. Bring that person, that experience, that smell, that feeling. Maybe it's a cozy blanket, whatever it is that you love and what brings you joy. Maybe it's free time that you have to yourself. Just relish in that for a moment. Let everything else go. Thoughts of, the future or something that happened earlier today. Give yourself permission to be in that space of joy. While we keep breathing here, in through the nose, feel the chest rise. Exhale out the mouth. Follow that release. It's almost like a balloon deflating. And let's just stay here for a few more moments, breathing into the heart. Nice big exhale. I'm going to turn off my voice. And we'll just practice here silently together for a few moments. Good. Let's slowly bring our awareness back to the room just by noticing the seat below you. or your feet if they're grounded on the floor. And then whenever you're ready, we'll just take the chin, drop it down towards the chest, slowly begin to flutter the eyes open, bringing your awareness back to the room and back to your screen. So for those of you who are just hopping on, the practice was about joy today. And if you want to put in the comments below what brings you the most joy, I think it's important to remember that, you know, we take a look at the news, we go outside our door, and our world is drastically different than it was 1 year ago. But we get to choose how we move through that. We get to determine. And sometimes I feel guilty being happy. I'm like, gosh, global pandemic, everybody's getting sick. You know, it kind of feels like you have no right to be happy when everybody else is hurting. I don't know if anybody else thinks that way. Maybe it's just me, but I feel guilt around my joy. And that's not fair, is it? You know, I know that there's a lot of people hurting, and I do everything I can, especially for my loved ones and those connected to me, my friends. One of my favorite things to do is just to love bomb people, whether it's sending them something in the mail, dropping them a text, just saying thinking about you or love you, or, you know, just a compliment, whatever. I think there's always ways that we can spread that joy, you know, or even if it's for ourselves, right? Like if you want to put up your Christmas tree the day after Halloween, put up your Christmas tree. If you want to make a delicious steak on the grill, go fire up your grill. Like, I think we just need to claim that joy, do things that we love. And this was my joy, if you guys are just hopping on. They're these yellow chakra glasses, and they make everything look amazing. Like outside, all of a sudden it's a bright sunny day, and sometimes we just need to fake it till we make it, right? So I'm just gonna see if anybody has commented. Hi, Marissa. I feel that too. Yeah. So love bomb somebody, whether it's yourself or somebody else. Just do something small, do something good, just to make somebody else's day. And that joy is like a boomerang, right? Whatever we put out comes back to us. And I'm trying to teach that to my kids right now. Anything you put out will come back to you. So make sure it's good. And that was our practice for the day. So if you guys have any topics that you're interested in, drop them below. I know last week was about dealing with negative emotions and how to process some of that, things like anger and sadness, things that we typically want to push away and not feel. This week was about joy, and then I guess you can go back and look at previous practices. But yeah, I would love to create something for you guys. And again, the book is Start Where You Are, A Guide to Compassionate Living, and it's awesome. There's Bima. She's a sweet lady. So I hope you guys are all well. Take really good care of yourselves, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.